Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. In this video, we're going to talk about whether a credit card company can come after your home or your car if you fail to pay your credit card debt. But before we do that, I would ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So a lot of times when people are sort of new to credit cards, they are not always completely aware or understanding what the potential consequences are of having that credit card. In particular, if they fail to pay, what can happen? And so people wonder, can they come after my house? Can they come after my car? Are they going to repossess my car in the middle of the night? And the answer is no. Credit card debt is different than if you take out a mortgage loan, in which case they can come after your house, or if you take out a car loan and you don't pay that, they can come after your car. If you do not pay your credit card debt, they cannot come after your possession. So they will not come after your home, they will not come after your car or anything else you own. Credit card debt is a form of unsecured debt, which by definition means it is not secured by anything. So there's no collateral that you have actually put up against that credit card debt. You have not signed any agreement that says if I don't pay off this credit card debt, you can have my house, or you can have my car, or you can have my kitchen table, or whatever. So it is unsecured debt. You have not secured it with any actual physical good that the bank could take away if you haven't paid. Now, the credit card companies, of course, can sue you if they choose to. If you have a large enough debt, they may sue you in order to get a legal judgment against you so that they could actually come after you in other ways, such as going after whatever sources of income you may have. But for the most part, the banks are not going to do that unless they believe that they have the real potential to get more from you by going after you legally than what their legal costs would be, right? So if they're going to have to spend a lot of money to get a legal judgment against you, and you only owe them a marginal amount of money, then it's not necessarily going to make sense for them to sue you. Now, they can make your life pretty miserable on the way. They can, hound you for payment, and then at some point, after they've hounded you for a while and finally, decided to give up, they could sell off your debt to a collection agency, which will make your life even more miserable by constantly contacting you in any way, shape, or form that they can, while the bank sells off that debt to, pennies on the dollar to those collection agencies. So you most definitely can have your life be made pretty miserable by the bank. They can get a legal judgment against you, but they probably won't. In most cases, the bank is probably eventually going to write you off as bad debt, and you are just an unfortunate cost of doing business for them in most cases when you fail to pay off your credit card debt. Now, we don't have to feel too bad for them because they're making insane amount of profits, and they've figured out, how to have enough good customers to make up for the bad customers that they have. Now, if you get to this point and they write you off as bad debt and they haven't gone after you, to get some sort of legal judgment, and maybe even if you somehow avoided having collection agencies bugging the heck out of you, it doesn't mean that you've gotten some free stuff and you didn't have to pay for it, and so you kind of came out ahead on the deal. Because then what happens is the way that the banks punish you, and if you have had any credit problems, you may already know this, the way that they punish you, instead of taking away your stuff, is they ruin your credit. All the things that you did not pay for go onto your credit report, which of course then means that in the future, when you may want credit from someone else, or you may want a home loan or an auto loan or something of that nature, it is going to show up on your credit report that you did not pay, and that looks very bad. So oftentimes that will mean that you will get rejected for other credit or loans that you want in the future, or if you are accepted, oftentimes you will have to deal with companies that work with people that have walked away from their debts in the past and that now have bad credit scores, which means they will charge you a lot in fees, and you will generally pay very high interest rates to get the same credit or loans that somebody else who has not, walked away from a debt. They obviously are going to end up getting better rates than you. So that is where you are going to end up. That is where the consequences come from, not paying off your credit card. That is how the banks sort of punish you for not paying it off. Now, I did mention earlier that credit card debt is unsecured debt. You may have thought to yourself, well, what about secured credit cards? Those are secured. It says secured right in the name. But secured credit cards are really only secured in the fact that you are putting down collateral when you get the secured card, which means, in order to get the secured card, you may put down $200, $500, and that is what is the collateral. So in that case, you may get a credit card and it's a secured credit card, but if you fail to pay, all they're going to do is take that money that you already gave them to pay off the debt that you have incurred. So they're not going to come after you any further than that. That's as far as a secured credit card goes. That's the collateral. So it's sort of the same in the fact that you're not going to have any case where the bank is then going to be coming after your possessions. So if you have a mortgage, they can come after your house. If you have an auto loan, they can repossess your car in the middle of the night. But if you fail to pay off your credit cards, you're not going to have anyone coming and taking your stuff. They're instead going to get you on the back end by ruining your credit history. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Please go to proudmoney.com where we talk about other personal finance topics, do credit card reviews, and have all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.